Many creatures, entities, or beings outside of Noah's Ark survived the Great Flood.
There's something in the water.
So is this great and wide sea, wherein are things creeping innumerable, both small and great beasts. There go the ships. There is that Leviathan, whom thou hast made to play therein.
Ghost ships.
The kingdoms of the world.
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing.
Where him and Ludacris were both propositioned.
Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. It's a cabal. It's a consortium.
His words say one thing, but his actions, signs, and symbols say another.
Do you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen.
Cat Williams made his fortune playing and promoting pimps, one of the Illuminati's favorite identities to place on a so-called black man.
The helm of his ship is a Marine Kingdom symbol with the four-direction crossroad.
And Hermes was the god of sacrifices.
And get ready to laugh out loud.
The Egyptians called him Thoth. The Greeks referred to him as Hermes, and to the Romans, he's known as Mercury.
What is it about lying and communication that overlap so that Hermes encompasses both?
Hermes had 3 jobs. His first job was alchemy, the mixing of potions, drugs maybe.
Rap, play basketball, and sell crack. That's your only option.
We in there. Now come back.
The liar.
Big 45 and I'm a gun bug.
Of course, the entity that holds the bag is the same being the Greco-Romans venerated as the god of music, athletics, and chemistry, rapping, sports, and drugs. This is the demon set over the ghettos, hoods, barrios, slums, and shanty towns. The compulsion.
Rapping about, violence and guns. That we get paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff.
Her a favor as she hunts to find, subdue, and control the twisted tentacles of the elusive sea serpent.
Not realizing she's being used as bait for powers beyond her understanding.
Occult predictive programming is broadcasting the image of an Israelite infested with their god of currency,
currents of the sea,
going forth to engage in battle with a beast that rises from beneath the surface of the deep.
The water spell.
She's the bait. The scene really symbolizes his spiritual ability to see beyond the carnal war of guns and bombs into the realm of spiritual warfare, though he is still unable to discern his true enemy.
To the great whore and the light bearer Lucifer. Descending from a UFO, the scarlet whore, the war goddess, seductively embraces and whispers an incantation in the traumatized Israelite's ear.
Their embrace is interrupted by the flaring tentacles of the ocean-dwelling sea monster, Cthulhu. Just as the giant aquatic beast is about to overcome the Scarlet Lady Liberty and her fighting bondslave, armed with the Masonic magic wand which reigns over baseball's square and compass, number 42, Jackie Robinson, effortlessly vanquishes the sea monster.
But 42's true intention is not to destroy the ocean-dwelling beast, but to break it so it can be mounted. Hence why we see the creature reassemble and reanimate.
So again, we see an Israelite servant of Ishtar receiving assistance from their god of 42, Thoth Hermes Berensimity, in order to defeat a powerful sea creature.
staff, the wings, and the 2 serpents, the power to drag souls to the underworld and reanimate the dead. He is infested with the spirit of barren Simity, Thoth Hermes. War is in the air, or should I say in the currents of the sea, the currency.
Notwithstanding, lest we offend them, go thou to the sea, and cast a hook, and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. That take, and give unto them for me and thee.
Many cultures. In ancient Egypt, Sobek is represented as an enormous crocodile. In Aztec mythology, Cipactli was a monstrous creature, often depicted as a combination of a crocodile, fish, toad, and alligator with an insatiable appetite and multiple mouths.
Cipactli was worshipped with rituals that involved human sacrifice and cannibalism.
African American babies were sometimes used as alligator bait.
White hunters rented black babies as bait for $2.
But why?
Women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection, and we want some of that. So, girls, for $100, we will pay you for your egg.
No, you gotta be out of here, monkey.
You
can get paid a lot more than that.
I bought about $60,000 worth of eggs. An abortion, that's very valuable. Umbilical cord, placenta, even your period blood is so rich with stem cells. We regard it as waste, and it actually should be. It should be captured as recycled, and it shouldn't go to waste. It's life for somebody,
The consensus amongst the elite is that Israelite stem cells have special regenerative properties.
Melanin pigment, right, is so unbelievable, George. They use it in computer chips now.
By turning skin cells into tiny brains.
Here they are, these little beauties. So these are mini human brains we've grown for a number of months. We reverse the age of those brains so they work again. And the answer is, yeah, we can do that.
You gotta make up the money somehow.
Here is a telling statistic. Nearly 80% of Planned Parenthood's abortion centers are within walking distance to Black or Hispanic communities. Statistics show more Black babies are aborted than born alive.
The Biden administration has basically opened the floodgates. It's for the government to do research using fetal tissue taken directly from abortions, and also to fund that without any ethics review at all. The Biden administration has basically opened the floodgates.
He has a relationship with the cannibalistic House of Windsor, but has a 40-foot replica of a Mayan pyramid on the grounds of his estate to perform rituals of human sacrifice and cannibalism.
Impoverished children with cash payments and false promises of modeling opportunities. The women allege that Nygaard drugged, raped, and s***ized them.
And in English, seafaring pirate or maritime law, the spoils of war are referred to as booty. And the definition of booty, valuable stolen goods, especially those seized in war, is the spoils of war. She is plunder, she is booty, down to a pair of voluptuous buttocks on full display for the world. To fulfill 3 primary New World Order goals.
And he said, When ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
The crafty council wishes to utilize their plunder, their booty, one of fallen man's deepest, most carnal, forbidden desires.
Henrietta's cell line was immortal.
Immortality.
We cannot go alone, you and I. The ritual requires a victim.
And they realized is capable of Benjamin buttoning itself over and over again, to the point where scientists learned they had discovered something inconceivable: immortality. Can it really live forever? And if it can, how might we be able to harness this age-reversing secret for ourselves?
Everything you're finding out, how important are immortal jellyfish for scientists trying to advance stem cell research and human longevity?
They are basically, like, as I said, the holy grail of this stuff.
All right, this one created headlines across the internet. And the headlines essentially said this: a Georgia lawmaker has proposed a bill that would ban the creation of glow-in-the-dark human jellyfish hybrids.
That mixes human and animal genetic material, sometimes called chimeras.
It's clear they are planning to splice and merge the powerful cells from the Israelite woman with the DNA of these sea creatures, creating a human, immortal jellyfish hybrid.
The fabled legend of a mermaid's tears granting immortality comes from.
Tears from mermaids are the fountain of youth.
It's because they have to tell you that the new Little Mermaid had to be a young so-called black woman.
Who knows? Next big medical breakthrough may not come in the form of a pill, but instead, from understanding the DNA of a fish.
Wow. That's so interesting.
It really is.
And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
Biggest hiding places of forces and kingdoms of the devil and witches, warlocks, like we said before, wizards, sorcerers, mediums, spiritists, and devil agents of other classes. All the heads of all your countries, all your big name preachers, all the heads of industry, all the banking, the people, these run the world, and they're getting their orders from the marine kingdom.
Making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years, not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. But he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base.
It was opened in 1967. It's on Andros Island, a remote location in the Bahamas. Fixed spot for testing new top-secret weapons, submarines, and other exotic underwater craft. Is it a coincidence that ever since AUTEC was constructed, UFO and USO reports in the area have skyrocketed? And it's even stranger that AUTEC happens to be located on the cusp of the Bermuda Triangle.
Mention Epstein Island, which is also located in the Caribbean.
Puerto Rico. And back in 2013, a CBP aircraft spots this thing that you're seeing right there in the middle of your screen, flying over the airport, tracks it for several minutes. It's heading towards the ocean. Now, that is when things get weird. Here you see it dip down into the ocean, doesn't seem to lose any speed. They try to track it, disappears, just gets lost in the water.
4% are yours. The fish, the oil, the gas, the diamonds.
It controls the oceans around the world.
Because one thing is clear. You can't break the law if you make the law.
It's an area that's not governed by a single entity.
What we do know is that she seems to continuously emphasize the utility of the ocean.
Epstein wanted to use the ranch for controlled breeding, using his DNA to improve humanity. Tell them he wanted to have 20 women impregnated at a time on the ranch.
So it's not by chance that he publicly decides to endorse the Terramar project, which was created by Epstein's best friend and recruiter. And like I said previously, with Branson, it gets a little fishy because Richard Branson owns an island not far from Epstein's island, Little St. James, and he hosted the Nexium sex cult on his island. Terramar also endorsed Migaloo. Migaloo is a company that constructs yachts that can transform into submarines.
Intended for purposes beyond a private vacation. Its creators said that it would be ideal for business meetings where privacy is of the utmost concern.
Icing on the cake, guys, is one of the founding sponsors of the International Center for Missing and Exploited Children is Richard Branson, the guy that endorsed Ghislaine Maxwell's Terramar project and hosted a sex cult party on his island.
Marine Kingdom water demon appointed to assist in the slaughter of the Israelites, especially the male offspring of Jacob.
It is not just the idol's tentacle-like limbs resembling a human hybrid hydra jellyfish, but the fact that this entity is depicted as emerging from a lotus flower which only grows in water. So the siren call has gone out through all forms of Illuminati-controlled media, a call for the Israelite woman to employ the seductive enchantments of the great whore that sitteth on many waters, combined with the bondage spell of the red dragon, to kill her male counterpart.
This is the message conveyed through repetition in every form of so-called African American media, puppeteered by the Jewish-owned multinational corporate entertainment conglomerates. The mermaid death spell. He found her.
So there was a crossroad.
Walking down a lonely road.
To an Illuminati thing.
The lonely road leads to the sea.
Ghost ships.
There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an
kingdoms of the
one
world.
setteth his own soul to save, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Restrained and bound, primed for plunder. Its tentacles are around their neck. It's choking mankind.